Hey all, Brian S. Pratt here. So I'm a writer, written 19 books, role-playing, gods, that sort of thing. And I get questions from my readers. And one that keeps coming up is, why does everything happen so well for James? A few spoilers, nothing major. But before I get into that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'd appreciate it a lot. Those who have, thank you. Also, like this video. That helps the algorithm send it to more people. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I get at least about one every 3 or 4 months that complains that, James has it too easy and it's just wish fulfillment, this book. Well, okay. Well, the reason is he's not there a week before he's got a lot of money, right? And the people he meets along the way just seem to fit perfectly with what he needs to go forward. Now, the premise of the book, the way it starts out is James sees an ad, magic, real magic, ever want to learn? And so he goes to an interview and boom, he's in this, and during the interview process, he is sent, unbeknownst to him, to another world. Like, oh, here, he's in the middle of the forest, right? Well, think of it this way. Yes, some things happen that work really well in his favor. But if you need someone for a job, don't you give them the tools to do the job, right? Like, okay, spoiler. In the first book, by chapter 4, I think it was, he takes out that the bandits, and there's a bounty on their heads, and he gets the reward for that, so he's set for cash. Then he meets the kid Myco in the city of Bern a few chapters later, See, but it's all kind of staged so he will acquire what he needs along the way. Like at the end of the Trindle incident. See, think of James like the chosen one, but not chosen in the normal sense. Basically, a whole lot of people from Earth went to this land, and there was this test. And if you don't survive this test and do a certain thing, then you're not the one. And as soon as you survive the test and do and complete it successfully, then you're hired, and then things will start lining up. Like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of spoilers in this one. So if you haven't read the Morcyth Saga, you probably should go ahead and just download the free book. There will be a link in the description. Read it and then come back to this one. But like, okay, he finishes up with Trindle. He's given an amulet, and the only thing he's not given any information as to what he's supposed to do, where he's supposed to go. Basically, when he first got there, he was told, magic doesn't work here, you can't go home, you get to Trindle, boop, and then the guy's gone, right? So he's in this forest. He finally gets to Trindle, he does what he's supposed to do there, and then he's given an amulet. Now the amulet leads him to Castle Cardries, down this long road, on the seacoast. But along the way, he passes through a city of Bern. There he finds Myco. Myco becomes a steadfast companion. And then in book 2, he meets Jerome and Tinnock, 2 awesome night fighters, and they join him, right? But see, if you read my tales, or if you listen to my tales of fantasy, there's one in there that says Myco meets James, and that I tell the story from Myco's side. In the book it's from James's side, but in me telling that story, I tell it from Myco's side. And in that story, you hear how Myco meets this guy who wears a vest and a hat, right? And he becomes friends with him, and this guy kind of takes care of him because Michael's a street urchin on the streets with no money. And so when just before James arrives, this guy contacts Michael and says, hey, I need to take this over there to this place near the gates. And so Michael gets over there, delivers it, and as he's coming back, James is there. Boom, they meet. And see, gods, well, Igor's not really a god. I don't know if I've ever explained exactly what it is, and I'm not going to here. But if the gods want you to do something, they're going to arrange for things to happen. Like in book 4, Book 4 is called Trail of the Gods because the gods have put, or God has put things along the way that James will discover when it's time to propel him forward. So yes, James is set up pretty well, but he was hired to do a job, and they're giving him the tools to do it. That's my rationale for this. It doesn't come easy for him, and he goes through a lot of troubles, but things are put in place that when he reaches that moment, you know, it's like if someone hires you to build a house, well, you know, you need a hammer, you need lumber, you need all sorts of things. You need other people to help you to help put the walls up, and people with more specialized skills to do other things for you in the house. Same thing. I hope that clears it up. If you haven't read my stories and you're still with me on this video, they're just fun adventures. They're like the Unsuspecting Mage, first book of the Morcyth Saga. Use the link, download it, or if you'd rather listen to it, there's a playlist here on YouTube in my channel. Look for the channel, The Unsuspecting Mage, and just listen to it. I read the channel with commentary, so there are spoilers there. I would advise reading the ebook first, but I think you can get as much out of it hearing me warble through all the chapters with backstory. So if you have any questions, throw them in there. If you have any comments, what do you think? Did things come too easy for James? Did they not come too easy for James? It just seemed like a logical progression if somebody was going to have someone do a job. Because James got initially James got the money for Garrett the Snake and his band before he became the final guy. Before he became the chosen one, I guess you say. I never use a chosen one in this series. I'm just using that right now in this video. So, yeah, I'm sure if he hadn't have been, then the next person would have been set up in a different way. Anyway, y'all take care, and I appreciate you listening to me. Subscribe, please, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. You take care. I'll see you on the next one.